Learn English to Gujarati May forms.
parvāngī hovī.
And more. Welcome to the Gate of Maybe. Hey, you are about to learn a whole family of useful English to Gujarati phrases about permission and possibility. And yes, there will be imaginary guards, dramatic doors, and at least one suspicious cat. Picture this. You arrive at a giant golden gate. A sleepy guard looks at a list, adjusts his glasses, and says, "Today we study May." In Gujarati, one important way to express permission is
parvāngī hovī.
If you say, "You may enter now," you can imagine, tame have.
parvāngī hovī.
Tarik and Darajay Seiko Cho. This chapter will also help you with longer ideas like
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત. તને પરવાનગી હોત. તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે. શક્ય છે કે તે. એવું કહેવાય છે. અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય. તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
and.
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
So take a breath, open your imaginary notebook, and let the gate of maybe swing open. Your main key word. Let's start with the most useful one. You will hear it again and again, so by the end your brain will treat it like an old friend who always asks permission before borrowing your snacks. The core word is may, in the sense of permission.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
Think of it as a green traffic light. Example, may I ask a question? Becomes, some main prasna puchavani.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
Che? Example, children may not touch that. Becomes, balakontane sparsa karavani.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
Nathi. Funny memory trick. Even a cat wears a tiny badge saying,
પરવાનગી હોવી.
before jumping on the sofa. A very polite cat. A suspiciously formal cat. The permission parade. Now you will meet the whole parade of forms. Don't panic, they look long, but they are really just permission wearing different hats. I would be allowed to.
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત.
Imagine saying, if I had a pass.
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત.
Quote. You would be allowed to.
તને પરવાનગી હોત.
Like, if you had a ticket.
તને પરવાનગી હોત.
Quote. He is probably allowed to.
તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે.
Not certain, just probable. The guard squints and says,
તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે.
Quote. She may.
શક્ય છે કે તે.
Example idea.
શક્ય છે કે તે.
Pachi Avenue. She may come later. It is said to be.
એવું કહેવાય છે.
This is the phrase of rumors, legends, and grandmothers who know everything. We might be allowed to.
અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય.
You all might be allowed to.
તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
They may.
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
Notice how many of these phrases carry the idea of permission, possibility, or uncertainty. A ridiculous dialogue at the library. Time for a little story. Listen like you are there, standing in line behind a cat with reading glasses. At the door of a mysterious old library, a student asks, "May I come in?" The librarian smiles and points to a sign.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
The student whispers, "So in this situation,
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત.
enter the special room?" The librarian nods dramatically. Then the student looks at a friend and says, "If you had the gold ticket."
તને પરવાનગી હોત.
Sit here. The friend sighs because he only has a bus receipt and great confidence. A boy in the corner raises his hand. The librarian checks the list and murmurs.
તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે.
Another visitor asks, "Will the famous author arrive?" The librarian shrugs.
શક્ય છે કે તે.
Later come. Then an old man leans over and whispers.
એવું કહેવાય છે.
That this library contains a book that teaches cats to negotiate rent. Outside, a group of students waits hopefully. The guard says,
અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય.
if the head librarian agrees. The teacher turns to the whole class.
તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
Ask questions after the tour. Finally, everyone hears footsteps and someone says,
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
"Help us open the secret archive." And that, somehow, is how a grammar lesson becomes a fantasy film. Quick drill, no panic. Now repeat mentally or aloud. If you sound dramatic, that is excellent. Drama helps memory. May, permission.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
I would be allowed to.
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત.
You would be allowed to.
તને પરવાનગી હોત.
He is probably allowed to.
તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે.
She may.
શક્ય છે કે તે.
It is said to be.
એવું કહેવાય છે.
We might be allowed to.
અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય.
You all might be allowed to.
તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
They may.
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
Mini quiz at the door. Let's test your memory. No stress. If you miss one, the imaginary guard just stamps your forehead with triagon and hands you tea. Question 1. What Gujarati phrase means may in the sense of permission? Answer.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
Question 2. How do you say I would be allowed to? Answer.
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત.
Question 3. How do you say you would be allowed to? Answer.
તને પરવાનગી હોત.
Question 4. Which phrase means he is probably allowed to? Answer.
તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે.
Question 5. Which phrase means she may? Answer.
શક્ય છે કે તે.
Question 6. What means it is said to be? Answer.
એવું કહેવાય છે.
Question 7. How do you say we might be allowed to? Answer.
અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય.
Question 8. How do you say you all might be allowed to? Answer.
તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
Question 9. And finally, how do you say they may? Answer.
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
Memory tricks that actually stick. Here are a few simple hooks to help these phrases stay in your head longer than an annoying song from a commercial. 4.
પરવાનગી હોવી.
Imagine a brass doorknob you can touch only with permission. 4.
મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત.
Point to yourself and imagine receiving a stamped permit. 4.
તને પરવાનગી હોત.
Point to another person and picture a ticket in their hand. 4.
તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે.
Imagine a yellow traffic light. Maybe go. 4.
શક્ય છે કે તે.
Think of fog, uncertainty, and someone who may or may not arrive with snacks. 4.
એવું કહેવાય છે.
Imagine a whisper traveling through a village. 4.
અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય.
And.
તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
Picture a group waiting together at a gate. 4.
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
Imagine a team standing at the edge of action, ready but not certain. Friendly conclusion. You did it. You walked through the gate of maybe without getting chased by the grammar cat, which is honestly impressive. Today you practiced may and related forms in Gujarati, including
પરવાનગી હોવી. મને કરવાની મંજૂરી હોત. તને પરવાનગી હોત. તેને કદાચ મંજૂરી હશે. શક્ય છે કે તે. એવું કહેવાય છે. અમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોય. તમને કદાચ મંજૂરી હોઈ શકે.
and.
તેઓ કદાચ કરી શકે.
Thank you for learning with me. Keep practicing a little every day, say the phrases aloud, and let your memory grow stronger one polite imaginary door at a time.